I think I did it. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the very first Ascension Diaries live stream on YouTube. You cannot imagine how much work it was to get this all set up today, and there's still some stuff I want to continue working on, and I'm watching myself on my phone to make sure that it's all working. It seems to be. It's miraculous. But anyways, let's get into it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexis. You can contact me on almost all social medias at live in 5D, LIVE 5D. And this is the Ascension Diaries weather report, the Ascension weather report, as I like to call it. And thankfully, the universe took it easy on me today, and the weather is not that insane. But I will go over it for you either way because this is exciting, and I'm excited to do this live. And I'm hopefully gonna get some comments and everything. Who knows? Oh, there we go. Giuseppe's watching me. How you doing? Cool. So let's go over it since I got a viewer and everything. So here is the amplitudes of the Schumann Resonance for today. As you can see, it's very obvious that we have had very little activity on the charts today. And so if you didn't see what I talked about yesterday, we had some activity here, and it reached up to an amplitude of 35, and that was around 3 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And it went on until about 6 a.m. And today it looks like around 1 a.m. it had a teeny bit of activity, but nothing crazy. And this also reflects on this graph right here. It's actually crazy that there is a whole drop off. You can see right here there's a drop off in the area. I realize you probably can't see my mouse. Is that true? Can you see my mouse? I don't think you can. Okay, that's good to know. How am I going to do this? Anyways, I guess we could look. You can obviously see that around the top area there's this long horizontal white line, and you can see that it just kind of stops around the 20th hour here, as you can see on the numbers on the bottom axes, the x-axis of this chart. And then there's just this dead space with just a little bit of green, and it's very, very quiet, which is very interesting. Another thing to take note is the quiet parts of this Schumann Resonance. I didn't have any particular experiences myself in the whole, my entire body, so I think we're just getting a little bit of a break. But you can also see right where that horizontal is, that it seems to be coming right back, right on the edge of this, on the edge of that, what's loaded on the graph so far. So very interesting. Again, we can look into the spectrogram. I'm just going to reload this really quick and see if it'll actually load for me. And it is loaded to January 22nd, so this data that's going to be popping up, hopefully. I can hear my computer getting a little hot. Okay, here we go. So looks like the activity is, there's a little bit extra in, where is GCI 3? I always forget. Lithuania. So there's a teeny tiny bit here in the most recent square under January 22nd, and there is, again, South Africa is not disappointing with a little, it's getting more of a pulse, GCI 6, which you can see is the bottom square, horizontal square area of this chart. And we can scroll down and I can show you that I'm just checking the live feed right now and see if I can use my mouse. Okay, you can see a little bit. All right, at least you can see that on the feed. This is just a wonderful little test video as well. See if this actually works. But here we go. So we have some activity. There is GCI 003 and GCI 002 went over 100. GCI 005 almost made it, but that's nothing too crazy to report today. As I was saying, we can look into the space weather really quickly. We had an increased level of solar wind yesterday and the day before that, so we can see now that the solar wind has dropped back down to 410 kilometers per second. I wonder if I highlight things on the screen, you can see it. I'm just going to check my little feed right here. I know this is kind of annoying, but oh, you can. Okay, cool. There's a little bit of a lag too, so there you go. It takes me a second to find out if it's actually working. But yeah, solar wind is down. My back is no longer sore, so, you know, perhaps there is truly a connection there. I'm going to keep tracking that theory of mine. There's an article that says here that there is a CME to hit Earth, a coronal mass ejection, for those of you who don't know. On January 22nd, which was yesterday, there was a filament that I saw, a plasma filament that left the sun, but it wasn't in the direction of Earth, so thankfully it was okay. Oh, look, and they have a little article here about the blue moon lunar eclipse that's going to be happening on Wednesday, January 31st. Here, and you can see here on the graphic, there's going to be totality around 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So for those of you on the West Coast, it's going to be quite the show. You wake up early enough in the morning, you might be able to see a bright red moon. The potency and power of this moon is going to be quite intense globally. This is my prediction. So I think January 31st is going to be more of an important day than, you know, what day in January hasn't been that exciting? It's honestly been a crazy month, but I think the 31st is just going to put the cherry on top of this crazy month. Let's see what else we got going on here. I don't expect any of these graphs to give off too much crazy information, as everything's been the weather. The Ascension weather today has been giving us a break. There has been almost no disruption of the geomagnetic field, which you can see because that little bar on the very right hand side is very, very low. So everything's been smooth sailing today. And the global consciousness dot, which I hope you can see. I don't think my face cuts it off. I don't think it does. Hi, Liz. Perfect. So we have it's a green. The dot is green. Everything's good. That is what I would have predicted the color would have been, but there you go. You can see throughout the 24 hours. Hopefully you can see my cursor. It's been mostly green today, and a little bit of red, nothing too blue, mostly green. So everything's been smooth sailing, which again goes with the theory that all of the solar weather has an effect on this. And the solar weather, all of the cosmic weather seems to have been pretty stable today. Here is this graph that I also don't know how to read still, and I looked into it, and you can check right now, it's going to load. I didn't see anything different on these graphs, so I truly don't know. I gotta figure that out because it's frustrating me. I really want to know if there's more information coming about the cosmic rays. So if anyone watching this, has any more graphs that I can use to get any more information, especially on days like today, if there's any other instruments that are picking up anything, despite the fact that all my other instruments are not, that would be hugely helpful with the arrangement of data I'm trying to collect. So please and thank you. Send it my way. Again, I want to make note about the super blood blue moon eclipse. Lovely picture. And I'm going to keep that up there while I speak about the more esoteric side of today. There is the astrology for today. Specifically, this data has been taken from the Leo King app. I recommend everybody download this app. He does amazing videos every single day. He is currently upgrading his company, and I really can't wait. I cannot suggest his content enough. He's fabulous, and he does a great job. The synopsis of what he said today in his video is basically the moon is squaring Pluto and Mercury, which means that there is info coming out from us searching for it, and it is not all completed. It hasn't been fully revealed, and it's kind of making us doubt things, but the message is to basically stay with it. And this coincides really well with what's currently happening in the news. If some of you haven't heard, they have been releasing this documentation that is supposed to be going with these memo that everyone is waiting for to be released to basically criminalize freaking the government for doing things they shouldn't be doing. And there has been a bit of a hullabaloo in that sort of area right now, as I know personally. The information that's come out today hasn't been exactly revealing everything, and it's sort of leaving people in a doubted space. So I think this works really well with the actual planets and the mood that's happening of our solar system. And for the tarot card of the day, I'm going to switch over to the view so I can see myself. I pulled the Eight of Swords, and I've pulled this card before, I'm pretty sure. I've been pulling this card a lot lately, especially when it's for the collective. I seem to be pulling the Eight of Swords over and over and over. So the message of the Eight of Swords is that there is clarity and knowledge just outside of your perception, and what's blocking your perception is fear. That blindfold is more of a fear-based blockage to you being to you discovering all of the knowledge and the wisdom and the information, the clarity that you need to move forward. So be brave and take that blindfold off. Don't be afraid of what's on the other side, because it's only going to be clarity. It's only going to help with your process. And that is, I believe, everything for the feed today. Of course, if anyone needs a tarot reading or a session, I'm here. You can check that out on alexisbuck.com. The links are below. I think that's everything. I think this live feed is about over. If anyone has any comments or questions, I'm currently looking at the feed on my phone. And this is really exciting. I'm glad it's actually functioning. I'm going to diddle with it a little more, but you know, I'm pretty happy with the way it's looking today for all the work that I did. So very exciting. Hi Johnny Spa 27, how are you? It's nice to have you on the feed and the stream. Of course, I'm going to be trying to do these live so I can read questions and be more interactive with the audience. So if you would go on to the subscript, like my channel, and you want to click the little bell symbol so it'll notify you on all your devices when I do go live for these live updates. If you want to know what the Ascension weather is the second I'm talking about it, that's your option, and that's what I wanted to make available to everybody. So I believe this is it. I'm checking right now. I love you guys very much, and I shall see you tomorrow.